Morning, everybody. Carlos here, Uncle C from Omega Plus Trend and Omega Plus LLC. Let's see if we can find something and try to make some logic of the market. I'm going to record from my phone and try to share my thought process on how to look for opportunity in the Nasdaq or the ES. So I'm going to log in on the
Welcome to Omega Plus Trend.
All right. Right off the bat, the first thing that I want to pay attention, VIX is somewhat neutral. ES just popped in to 37 with a green. That's beautiful. QQQ positive, NQ positive, SPY mixed. So this seems to be most likely into the buy mode as the VIX is turning into the negative mode. So let's just open up Trading View and see what we can find. It's a little bit mixed, to be honest with you. So we got bullish outlook on the lower notes, right? And bearish outlooks on the bottom. But the concept is that the VIX, we want to see it negative and it's still positive. That brings everything into neutral mode. That's my mindset. SPY is negative. QQQ is positive. So let's see what's going on. There might be something going on the reports. So today, Wednesday, and long and behold, 1:45, we got FOMC Williams begin engagement. We got the beige book that also brings a lot of issues into the market. Usually at 2 o'clock, there it is. The other one is at 7, but it's still at FOMC. So this is the reason why we're having a lot of issues going on at this point. So having said that, we're trying to identify opportunities here. It's a 10 o'clock reversal, and the VIX is gaining momentum, which indicates we should be possibly looking for shorting on a short term the indices. Okay, let's see what we can find. All right, so I'm here on Trading View. Let's see NASDAQ. And NASDAQ, it's going into kind of a massive bearish outlook, right, for a potential moving forward. So if I pay some attention right at about what I'm seeing here, the Nasdaq is coming on a downtrend with the first pullback to possibly continue down. So there are a couple of ways for us to address this. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm on a 10-minute chart, and this is yesterday's high. This is the close. So I'm going to be using this high right here from the pullback after midnight. So that's the high that I'm looking for. And price structure wise, the prices just kind of went back into the previous swing low. So those are two major points. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start drawing some areas of importance for me, which are, that's kind of a zone on its own, and that's where the price is just held right in there. Keep going back a little bit. Same here, there, same thing there. Let me see what else we have. Let me just drop in. We go to 30 minutes. Let me see long term. It's a little bit mixed. To be quite honest, this is a kind of a bullish outlook, but unbiased at this point, with an intention for the market to try to push further higher. So, all right, so here I am on a 30-minute chart. I want to see the big picture, and the first thing that I need to pay attention to is this to swing low and swing low. I'm going to start marking those areas of importance. So I call this a trifecta zone. So there you go. And that's where the prices are holding. On a 30-minute chart, if you ask me, this is a bullish pattern right off the bat. This is an impulse move, bar to the upper side, propeller movement, whatever you want to call them. That's really nice though. But price action wise, it's basically a bullish outlook. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. So let me go into the Omega Plus Trend here, and long and behold, that's a bullish strength. QQQ strength, VIX a little bit negative there. SPY and ES bullish. So this seems to be kind of a good potential pattern of a buying opportunity into the upside. So my next step is going to be drop to a 3-minute chart for a moment and look for patterns. So now I'm going to bring in smart money levels with the no trade zones. This is bullish, and this is a massive pullback toward that zone that we talked about. And look how the no trade zones actually overlap the zone that I created, which is the green one, right? So I'm overlapping one thing to the other, and this definitely seems to be a great opportunity for a long position, right? So the very next or first layer for me is going to be this smart money level. I'm going to use that as a potential exit. There you go. And if I were to push through to the higher ground, this is the 930 zone. I always try to go for the blue level right there. I'm not going to push too much of the boundaries of luck, so that's my goal. And right off the bat, we're about to move into that area. Notice that I haven't even put in quantum flow or anything like that, because I'm just using structure at this point in the no trade zones and levels. So we're about to hit that target because it's a smart money level, which I'm looking for. And I relied on a 30-minute chart, right, to see the structure being clarified first. Okay, so let me turn in. There you go. The first target was hit. Beautiful. I'm on a 3-minute chart, so I'm going to draw up to a 2-minute now. And we're going to turn on quantum flow. The last signal is all the way down there, so that's where the stop should be. So this is the last signal. Stop should be right there for now, if any. And now we want to make sure that we break the zone, right, of the trifecta level that we found on the 30-minute chart. So that was a quick win right there. The very next area that we can utilize for the sake of sanity, we have the weekly no trade zone overlapping with the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the 3 o'clock, right? Let's see. Correct, the London session. So for you to have kind of clarity of what I'm talking about, right? I'm aiming for a smart money level. That's one thing. However, this overlap, the bottom side, let me explain, the bottom side of the weekly no trade zone with the bottom side of the, I'm sorry, this is the weekly no trade zone with the bottom side of the London session, correct? So you're going to do this, and I just want to overlap this to right there as a power zone for me, right? Again, I'm just using pure NTCs at this point, nothing else. I can use other criterias and ideas, right? So what I'm going to do is, you can pick right in the middle if you want to, and I'm going to exit another one in there if everything stays the same in that direction, okay? Now I can switch to possibly a 3-minute chart if I want to swing trade this, right? However, understand that we are going to have bigger stops because the quantum flow signals at that point was going to be further on a 3-minute chart. So you pick the one that you feel more comfortable with. I'm going to keep it at 2-minute for now. Then I'm going to turn on multi-quantum flow, multi-time frame, and everything is green at the bottom, indicating buy setups only. So I'm feeling quite confident. I don't need to use this stop loss at this point. I'm going to start using NTCs and the points of overlaps. So at this point, I'm going to use this as a stop loss for now. And the next step is going to be hitting that bottom side of the weekly of 18A55. I'm picking a 50A. You know what? Let's just not be that specific greedy and use the levels as it is. And then I'm going to aim for that blue line right in there. Okay. So that's all there is to it. Finally, we're testing that 30-minute trifecta zone, and we're testing it. Look that we haven't closed above it, so there's still work to be done in there. Let's just give it a little bit of space to do its thing. Let's just go back to the OT, see how it looks. massive, beautiful M1 240, M2 230. You see that it's just now going at it. The problem here is QQQ is not backing it up that much yet, and the VIX is still positive. So this is kind of weird. Again, we have all these FOMC 145 coming in, which might be the case of bringing that problematic outlook. However, if we pay close attention here by looking at other alternative, we should have been focusing on YM, right? So if we go back and go to watch this, bring YM, this seems to be, let me go back, focusing on the
Bullish
sell
trend
side,
in
right?
play.
Everything is negative. See if we can find some opportunities here on YM. This seems to be kind of the pattern. I don't like it, to be honest with you, even though the OT is showing strength in one direction, definitely going down, but typically OT rules, right? It is just showing us the intent of the market to continue further down on the YM. So let's just assume that will be the case. I don't want to risk it much, but I'm going to go with 2 contracts. And in this case, we can just go for a target price further below the low. I'm using a smart money level, but I'm going to be focusing on the bottom side here. To liquidate one of the 2 positions at the very next bottom of the no trade zone with SMLs. And the risk factor, I'm going to keep it on that high. Will it work? No idea. So we'll see about that when we come back. But we're trusting the OT at this point.
Bearish
Maybe
trend
things
in
could
play.
change. We'll see about that. Let's just carry on the NQ.
Bearish trend in play.
Positive. Take a little bit of a break, but back into the NQ. And it's just moving along slowly and steady. So there are 2 outcomes here that you want to go for. We can trail the stop using the overlaps of the smart money levels. You can break even if you want to, right? They haven't broke above that trifecta 30-minute zone that we talked about. So a lot of things could happen. So I'm going to give it a benefit of a doubt. I'm going to trail myself a little bit further. And now on this 2-minute chart, check this out. We have a triangle formation, beautiful, and they're breaking it as we speak, which brings the next step, right? You bring in the ABC structure. I'm going to put it right in there. I'm going to use this slope. A, B, projected, and I'm going for the 40 and 60%. And long and behold, 40% is exactly what we had it originally, right? Pretty cool. So I can now validate with this new structure the intentions inside that micro zone that we did above. Or we can go to the 60 level. So I don't need anything else at this point. I know that their intentions of breaking that new structure is to the upside. Look at the multi-quantum flow right at the bottom, massively bearish. Let me fix this for you so you can see it. Hold on. Just put here small, and now it's just going to become, there you go. You can see it from 1 second for 30 seconds to 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. Everything is bullish. We're protected. We already cleared some of the funds. The only thing that I'm not following is the last signal of the quantum flow, which is right in there, and you take the bottom of the last bar. That's where the stop should be. So let's just keep it at it and see how it works. There is a sell signal coming in. Makes a lot of sense because we're battling against all those NTCs, but we're just far beyond it. And the important thing is, right in this area, right here, you can see that they close above it. So let's see if they can sustain it. No idea, right? Let's switch to a 5-minute. 5 minutes seems to be still bullish, so let's just hope for the best here. Back into the OT. NQ still slightly bullish. QQQ. VIX is losing power, but the ES and SPY are mixed. So the thing is going nowhere. YM still negative, so that might be a good opportunity for us. Finally, before I move on, hold on, I forgot to do something else. Let me enable the dynamic. No, not this one. I'm sorry. Dynamic. And it's bullish. You see that the background, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn it off. Boom. The background turns blue. So that's a bullish outlook. So I just trust the process and wait for it to do its thing. We already have some actions here. The other thing that I noticed here on the NQ, the massive sell-off that happened since 6 o'clock yesterday all the way up there, it's huge, indicating that if they move on to the bullish side, they will move on past beyond that weekly zone. They can move on possibly to all the way to the close of the previous day. And you know what? You'll never know. So let's just swing for the fences here and see how that works. Let's see how bad it is on the YM for us. Just took the first target. Beautiful. And now we're going to trail the stop. This one, what I'm going to do in YM, since I don't want to pay attention to it, break even with 10 bucks, $30. 40. All right, so I'm locking in $10 here and hoping for them to carry on and continue, because I don't want to pay attention to it. It is the one that is in balance. I should be paying attention to it, but let's focus on the NQ. All right. So here we go. Let's just wait for them to break the structure that we talked about. They already showed it. We already know where the next target is going to be, and we're trying to swing for the fence. So here we go. Quantum flow M3, 5, 10, 15. Long-term perspective are still bullish. And that's the break that we talked about. Let's see if we hit that target that there it goes. Bottom of the weekly no tracer and target's been hit. Beautiful. Guess what? Break even point below the SML, letting it ride. Worst case scenario, we're going to walk away with $75 on that one. And now we're aiming for the blue line level, right? That's the sixth, I'm sorry, major smart money level. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, the fourth one. The blue line is the fourth. So let's see if we hit that level, which is inside on another major zone or no trade zone. But that 30-minute analysis was spot on. Beautiful. We're pushing through. You know what? Let's just lock in a little bit more below the no trade zone. So we're locking 190. And the goal here is to hit that blue line level, but I'm going to leave it to see if we can swing for the fence past beyond the weekly top high. All right, so let's just go back to the YM for a moment, see how bad or good. We got stuff down on that one on a break even plus $10. That's it. Good choice and good management there. So here we go. Let's see what the very next level will bring in. And see if we can hit that 18,875. All right, guys, so I'm holding here. Notice how the background's still blue. I'm going to show you here. If we go for the dynamic on this indicator specifically, and I turn it off, the background will turn off from blue, right, to white. So this is bullish, right, meaning long-term volume is shifted and controlled by buyers. Beautiful. Quantum flow is still M1 all the way to M30 into the buy mode. That's buy setups only based on order flow. That's sweet, no problem. So there's absolutely no problem in there. On a 3-minute chart, the stop should be all the way down here, right? All the way down here, because there hasn't been any other signal here, which is indicative of a long, strong, bullish outlook as well. However, I already hit the first target, but the second target, break-even point, and now I'm using the NTCs for trailing stops and the smart money levels. Now, remember the green box right here that I have? That was the 30-minute trifecta level that we use. I'm going to clear that out, right? And now I'm aiming for the expected smart money level swing mode for day trading. That's a holy grail for us to maximize, which is sitting duck at the 18,875 area. Okay, so that's an important thing. And it's also sitting on top of one of the smart money levels. I mean, the no trade zones as well. So the problem that we're having here is because we got a lot of no trade zones or NTCs, including the weekly, which is the purple level, the purple zone, which is huge, right? So that's the reason we have all of those back to back overlapping. And we also have the overlap of the weekly and 3 o'clock London sessions micro power zone, which notice how the prices had a lot of issues in here, right? Let me show you. In this area, never close above it, and now we're breaking free from it again. We just hit the bottom of this no trade zone, but the one that I'm looking for is a blue line. So once we hit the 18,875, which is the predictive level of this of our automated smart money levels, I'm gonna call it done, right? That's gonna be done. And basically we're like 6 full points away from it. So quite honestly, you know, we can't complain, right? So let me turn the dynamic off. I know it's bullish. This is the 9:30 open. No trade zone. Prices went above it and hasn't looked back. Meaning from there on, it was buy setups only. And the market hit the first level, right? Second smart money level. Third smart money level, on the way for the fourth. And expected better opportunity. Just to have an idea, for those of you who don't know our process of the smart money levels, let me give you a measurement. When you break above the no trade zone, if you assume to try to go for that level, in this case would be about 100 pointers from that zone, right? A little bit over 100 pointers, which is staggering and pretty interesting, right? So here we go. Look, what we're going to do at this point is trail the stop. I'm going to keep trading and using the smart money levels plus the NTCs overlaps just to make sure that I'm trailing according based on what they are leaving behind. Also, if you pay attention, there is another no trade zone that just formed at 10:30, right, with the bottom right there where it is at 8:43 and the high which has already been broken of 8:61, which is confirming a bullish outlook. And yet, coming back into the OT, which help us dictate the full process of intention, look now. VIX is negative, QQQ positive, NQ super strong, ES super strong, and going at it at the beginning stages with SPY. This is the perfect balance of a bullish outlook of an indices validated by the VIX, indicating that I can trust the fact that that target will be hit any moment now. I just trailed the stop accordingly. And again, just to make this, I'm not going to hold until the swing target all the way up to the close. But just so you have an idea, once we hit that blue line, which, by the way, we missed by roughly 1 point, right? We missed it by 1 point. So let's see, once we hit it, then we're going to call it off and fulfill our prophecy, if you will. Almost there, half a point. Let's see if we can do this. The other thing you need to remember is proximity. If you were targeting that specific level of 75.75, you don't put it right on top of it. You use half a point to 2 points below of it just to make sure. That's that's basically a good rule of thumb. There you go. That's the price structure being hit on the blue line level we just saw right there, and that will suffice for us for the full-blown outlook of what we were looking for into the swing side of things. So there you have it. So there, it's pretty darn incredible what we have been able to accomplish when you learn how to structure yourself within the predictions of the smart money levels and the no trade zone to let you know what's going on, validating everything 100% with the Omega Plus trend as it is. This is the perfect scenario that you want to look for. NQ, M1 and M2 at least, or M3 bullish above 150, 200% overall. Don't be specific, just have a rough idea. QQQ positive, you want to see them positive, but most importantly, the VIX should be negative. ES bullish and SPY should be bullish. It is not as bullish as we want to, but it's coming back and forth, right? But the fact that we have ES, NQ bullish, VIX negative, that's good enough for me to consider a long position on the indices, even though we know that today we still have some FOMC meeting engagements going on at this point. Okay, and again, if we pay close attention here, we just hit the high of 878, passed for about 2 points our objective of 875.75. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy doing it for you. Let me know if you want to learn more about our tool suite, if you're part of the team or the group. This should provide you kind of a full-blown process of how to start grabbing ideas and identifying structures from higher time frames, not complicating much things, and just trusting the process, right? And utilizing the tools to walk you through accordingly on each step of the way. This is Carlos Diaz, and I'll see you in the next one.